guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to this week's edition of New Makeup Sunday. So I have so many new things to share with you this week from the drugstore. I did a Walgreens haul. I have some PR from Colourpop and Beekman 1802, some skincare products. So don't forget to stay tuned to the end of the video because I did try out some of the products that I feature in this video, and I can let you know my first impressions after trying them for a couple of days. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started, and I'll meet you back here at the end. Hey guys, it's Tuesday morning. I just dropped my son off at school and I'm gonna head into Walgreens and see what's new in the world of drugstore makeup. When we were on Long Island over the weekend, I saw so many new things. We had popped into a Walgreens just to get some snacks for the hotel room, and it was really late. So my husband was like hurrying me along and I wasn't able to get any of it, but I remembered seeing the new Wet n Wild Dewy foundation that I really wanted to try and some new Milani stuff. They had so much. It was a bigger Walgreens than the one that I have here, so it's possible that mine isn't gonna have what they had, but fingers crossed I find some good stuff, so I'll let you know what I got when I get out. All right, so I'm back home. I figured I would just show you what I picked up. So the first thing I got is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I'm really excited about this because I really enjoy the Photo Focus foundation stick, and I don't normally like foundation sticks, but that one is one of my favorites. And I wasn't a fan of the original Photo Focus because I felt like it was a little bit too dry, so I'm hoping that the dewy one will be better, and I've heard good reviews on it so far. So I got it in the shade Soft Ivory, and it looks like it has the same kind of applicator as the original, which I really don't like. I'm not a fan of this paddle shape thing. It just kind of seems messy to me, but this is what the color looks like, just so you can see it really quick. And it feels like an extremely lightweight formula. It doesn't feel overly moisturizing, which I kind of thought it would because it's more of a dewy finish. I was thinking it was going to feel, I don't know, just maybe more creamy, but this is just very lightweight. It's drying down super, super fast. I was not expecting this. I don't know if there's really any shimmer in it. Not that I could see, but it does have a bit of like a satiny finish where when it catches the light a little bit, it looks a little dewy. And I mean, it's kind of settling over here, like in my pores and in lines in my skin. So I'm hoping that it looks good, you know, once it kind of sets down a little bit, but it's kind of hard to tell putting it on my hand. And also, if you noticed from that clip in the drugstore, they've repackaged their blushes as well. They're in round packaging now instead of the rectangle. And then the next thing that I got is from the Physicians Formula Natural Defense line. It's their multicolor stick. I only saw this one color, soft pink, but I think when I saw previews of this online on social media, it looked like there were more colors, I think, if I remember right. But there was also a foundation and a concealer, and the reason that I didn't get either one of those is because they have chemical sunscreens, and I just stick to mineral sunscreens now because I'm allergic to the chemical ones. So that was a bummer because I really wanted to try them, but this one has titanium dioxide and zinc in it, so it doesn't contain those. So anyway, this says it's an easy to use all over color stick for cheeks, eyes, and lips that blurs, protects, and perfects with our exclusive complex for smooth on-the-go application. It says it's ultra blendable miracle blurring formula that features our 360-degree total defense complex to defend against sun rays, blue light, and pollution to reduce the signs of aging. All right, so there's what it looks like. It's just a twist up stick. So just put a little bit on my skin. It feels really creamy, but not overly creamy, which I think is a good thing. It looks like it has more of a satiny matte finish, and When you blend it out, it doesn't seem to sheer out a lot, which is great. I love that so far. Sometimes cream blushes can just be too emollient, and when you go to blend them out, they just kind of disappear and you have to keep adding more and they lift up the foundation underneath. This one seems to have a really nice cream to powder kind of a feel, and it's very subtle and sheer, but I'm sure the color could be built up a little bit if you wanted it to. And to help intensify the color, you could always just kind of pat it in like that versus rubbing it. So yeah, I think that's going to be really beautiful. All right, so next up, there were a bunch of new things from Almay, starting with this Skin Perfecting Comfort Care Primer Base. It says Smooth, Hydrate, Prep, and Perfect. And it says it's a lightweight multitasking primer that instantly perfects while locking in moisture and improving the look of skin over time. So ingredient wise, the first ingredient is water. It has isoparaffin, dimethicone, glycerin as the first few ingredients, then dimethicone again. So it's a dimethicone based primer formula. So it looks like it's a pink color. Yeah, it definitely feels very like dimethicone. You can definitely feel the silicones in it, which is good if you want to blur pores and just make your skin feel really nice and smooth. But some people do avoid dimethicone in products, so I just wanted to mention that it has it in case you're one of those people. But it's thick and it feels like it may be really good at helping foundation to grip a little bit because it has like that grippy feeling to it. It's not like super slick and silky, but at the same time, it's really smoothing out the skin on my hand and making it feel really nice. So I'm excited to try this. I really haven't tried much from Almay the last several years just because nothing's really interested me. And now all of a sudden they're coming out with a whole bunch of new things that look really cool. So next from Almay, I also got two blushes. So they came out with these Healthy Hue blush. So this one is nearly nude and then this one's pink flush. So let's just go ahead and swatch these. They say they're a lightweight, silky smooth formula that blends effortlessly for a healthy, radiant flush, and they're made with sustainably sourced paper. So that's what nearly nude looks like. It just has a little herringbone pattern on it. And then we'll just, that's kind of what the color looks like. It picks up really easily, which is good. It feels very silky and smooth in a swatch. I mean, really silky, very blendable feeling. It didn't like grab at my skin or anything. It's just blending out beautifully with my finger, which is not normally something that you see with blushes. Usually when I go to swatch it with a finger, it kind of sticks in one spot and it's hard to blend out. But that's actually really impressive. All right, so then here's pink flush, and this one's more of a cool tone pink. So see what this one looks like. It looks kind of bright, but I'm guessing when you shear it out, it's going to be really pretty. Yeah, so that's a beautiful color as well. It's definitely not as bright as it looks in the container. So if you have fair skin, don't be afraid of it. But yeah, I'm just really impressed with how these are blending out. Really nice. So excited to try those. Also from Almay, I got these two new Color and Care lip oil in stick. So this one is the shade 100 Dulce de Leche, and then this one is 110 Sugar Plum. So let's just swatch these. You can kind of see the color through the top here. All right, so that's what this one looks like. Let me just go ahead and do a swatch. Okay, so not a lot of color coming out with these. It's mostly just shine with maybe just like a tiny hint of tint, but really I don't think these are going to add a lot of color to your lips. All right, and then here's Sugar Plum. Maybe this one will add a little more color than the nude. Yeah, this one actually does. So I think it's just because the nude one was the lightest color that they had, and I really wasn't sure how much color these were going to deposit, so I didn't want to buy the colors that were on the darker end. But I think if you're looking for these to show up, they're just more like a sheer tinted lip balm. Also, they have no scent to them, so that's great if you're sensitive to fragrance, and they just feel like they're going to be super hydrating and moisturizing, so I'll keep you guys updated. Next up, I got the Skin Perfecting Comfort Concealer. I don't know if this is new or if it's been around for a while, but I've never tried it, so I figured why not? And I got it in the shade Fair, number 100. So normally I don't like stick concealers because I feel like they're a little drier, but they do provide, I think, more coverage sometimes than ones that are in a liquid form. So let's just see how this one feels. It feels really creamy. And I would say the coverage is at least medium, I would say. I mean, it covered up that freckle right there pretty well, but it seems to be blending into the skin really nicely. It doesn't feel like that really thick formula that stick concealers usually are. It's very, very blendable, so I'm excited to try this one out. And then next, I got two new things from Neutrogena. They did have a bunch of new stuff, including these primer waters and stuff, but I wanted to try these, so I skipped on those for now. I may go back though. So from the Healthy Lips line, I got the Lip Plumping Serum, and it says peptides on it. So I'm guessing that this is not one of those ones that burns or stings your lips. It's probably just like one of the ones that plumps your lips over time. It says Nourishing Lip Serum infused with peptides conditions and promotes fuller, plumper looking lips. And then I also got the Lash Enhancer Serum from the Healthy Lashes line. And then I also got the Lash Enhancer Serum with peptides and biotin. Then I also got the Lash Enhancer Serum with peptides and biotin. So let's just open this up. I just want to see what the brush looks like really quick. And obviously this is something I'll have to let you guys know how it works once I've tested it for at least a month. But it just has this little pointy brush right here like most lash serums do. And if I can open up the ingredient label, I can show you what that looks like. So hopefully you guys can read this because it's really small, but you can always pause the video if you want to take a closer look. And then here's the ingredient list for the lip serum. And this one actually has a really interesting applicator. It has these little roller balls on it. So let me just put a little bit on because I'm curious to see what the texture is like. So just squeeze the tube. Oh, it actually looks kind of like a lotion. This actually would feel really good on your lips, I think. It feels very cooling with the metal balls. And this is just sinking right into my skin, actually like a serum. So I think this isn't something that's going to add moisture. It's probably just a treatment that you could maybe put on at night and then put a lip mask on top of it or a lip balm or something, because this doesn't feel like it's something that's going to actually like lock in moisture. It's just supposed to help, I think, treat fine lines and stuff like that because it's a peptide serum. So anyway, guys, that is my drugstore haul. I'm going to be putting all of these to the test, and hopefully at the end of the video, I'll have some updates for you guys and I can let you know how some of it's wearing. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. I just got a package from Rimmel London and they sent over some brand new eye products that have just launched, including new brow products, new mascara primer, and then a liner. So let's check out these brow products first. This is the Brow Pro Micro. It says it's a 24-hour pen and it says it has a 0.2 millimeter tip and it draws natural looking hair-like strokes. So it comes in, I don't know how many shades. I don't think I have shade 02. So this is 01, which is blonde, and then 03 is soft brown, and then I also have 04 dark brown. So what does this say? It says it has a micro tip that draws hair-like strokes, fills in gaps and sparse areas for a natural brow look, 24-hour wear, budge-proof, smudge-proof, and transfer-proof. So let's open one of these up and kind of see what it's like. All right, so here's a look at the tip. This one's the blonde pencil, so just quickly draw it on. It's pretty light. I may actually end up trying the soft brown one instead because this one looks like it might be almost like a little bit too warm toned for me. So let me just try that one. Usually with brow pencils, I'm either a blonde or a taupe or sometimes a soft brown. Yeah, this one is a lot more cool toned. So I would probably use this one versus this for my brows. So yeah, I was kind of thinking the tip would be a little bit smaller to do hair-like strokes because this kind of just reminds me of like a liquid liner tip, but I'm curious to see like how small could you get it, you know? Like if you're trying to do little hair-like strokes, I feel like these are still kind of thick. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking this. I'm not used to using a pen like this. I usually like to use like a micro brow pencil. So anyway, I'll have to try these out and let you guys know my thoughts. There's also the new Wonder Ink eyeliner, and this says Extreme Wear Ultimate Precision Tip. And it says it has an ultra black matte finish, waterproof, smudge proof, and fade proof, easy to control for effortless application. So this one has a longer felt tip. I'm actually partial to brush tip applicators versus this type. Oh, actually it is a brush. Okay, that's even better. It looked like just a solid felt tip. I didn't realize that. Okay, so I kind of pushed a little too hard. Yeah, I love brush tips because they're flexible. I know some people prefer the felt tip, so if you do this one, you know, it moves back and forth. So I just find these a lot easier to control. So now I'm really excited to try this one out. Next up, we have the Ultimate Boost Volume Primer, and this says it preps, amplifies, and conditions lashes. It says amplify and boost your lashes to maximize your favorite Rimmel mascara. Lashes feel conditioned over time, strengthened, and nourished. Infused with Rimmel's unique combination of microfibers and oils, argan, jojoba, and coconut. Hoping that the brush isn't too big on this. I know sometimes Rimmel's like Scandalized mascaras are just too big and chunky. Same goes for this mascara too. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of on the bigger side. It's not as bad as I was thinking. So I don't know. It's kind of an interesting color, though. I was expecting it to be white, and it's kind of like an off-white, which is interesting. But anyway, I'll have to update you guys on this as well. And then next we have Volume on Demand Mascara. This is from the Scandalized collection. It says customize your volume with a lash separating brush. So this says conditioning formula keeps lashes soft and flexible even when reapplying later in the day. Huh, that's interesting. Long wear, easy to remove. All right, so the brush, it kind of has almost like an hourglass shape, but one side is a little thinner than the other. So that's actually really cool because it is a larger brush, but at least it gets much narrower towards the tip. So you can kind of get a little closer to the lash line if you use more of the front of the brush. So I'm excited to try this, especially because it says you can reapply it later in the day and it keeps your lashes soft. Sometimes that happens where I do my makeup early in the day and then later I'm going out at night and I want to just freshen everything up and my lashes have kind of like fallen a little flat, but then I can't really add more mascara because they're already crunchy, you know? So that'll be really cool if this is something that you can reapply later and it'll still look good. So anyway, guys, that's everything from Rimmel. Let me know down in the comments which products you're most interested in trying out. Hey guys, it's Thursday night. I just got a box from Colourpop and I am so excited. I had no idea this was even coming to me, but it looks like a Valentine's Day collection, including a new palette. And it says it's called All That, and it's a sultry red palette with matte, metallic, foiled, and pressed glitters. So let's take a look. I'm kind of curious if it's a red palette, if it's going to look like the Whatever palette and X's and O's. So I'm definitely going to dig those out of my collection and we'll do a little comparison. So here's a look at the outside. And then here's the inside. It's actually not quite as red as I thought it was going to be. There's some neutrals in here as well. Like we have a taupey shade here and kind of like a rosy brown transition shade, which is really pretty. I mean, there's definitely some red, but why don't I go ahead and dig out those other two palettes and I'll be right back. All right, so here's the Whatever palette, and actually it's not nearly as close as I thought it was going to be. It's funny how that works. Sometimes your memory isn't quite as good as you think when it comes to stuff like this, but there are a few red tones in here, but they don't really look super similar to me. And then we have X's and O's, so let's take a look at these two side by side. Again, not seeing a ton of similar shades. There's reds in both palettes, but they're different reds, I guess. This one is a little bit more, I would say, like pinky red, and this one's more like brownish reds, I guess. So again, it doesn't look like we have any repeat shades in this one either. All right, so let's go ahead and swatch this one. So it swatches beautifully, just like all of Colourpop's palettes. Interestingly, there was one shade in here that I thought was a pressed glitter, this one right here, but it's actually one of those kind of almost like creamy textured shadows, very similar to the ones in the Huda Beauty New Nude. So it looked like it was going to be a pressed glitter just looking at it in the pan, but now that I've swatched it a little bit, you can see it's kind of like melding together, and it's definitely not a glitter like this one where it's a little bit more chunky and loose. So I thought that was interesting. This shade right here, Come Through, is stunning. It's one of those matte shades with the micro glitter, but I mean, just look at it on the skin. It's just the prettiest dusty pink ever. So I'm very, very excited about this palette. Even though I'm not normally a fan of red shades, these aren't bright reds. They're more like rusty reds, brick reds, and I think they're just going to be beautiful. Plus this top row right here is totally calling my name, and I would probably just use these deeper shades like for the outer corner and stuff like that, or maybe just to deepen up the crease a little. So I think this palette is going to be absolutely beautiful. All right, so the next up in the box is the Tender Love and Care set, and this has little mini Just a Tint lip balms, which I love. I'm not crazy about the scent of these, but I've kind of gotten used to it over time, and I just love the formula, so that's why I continue to wear them. It's kind of like a fruity, mango-y type of scent. That's not my favorite, but in this set you get Gimme S'more, which is one of my favorites, The Strand, and Cutie Fruity. So I don't have these two shades. I do have Gimme S'more, which is this one right here. It's more of like a pretty pinky nude. So I'll just quickly swatch these for you guys so you could see what these look like. Actually, it's more like a peachy nude, but this is the one that I probably wear the most out of all the ones that I have. And then we have the Strand. So this one looks like more of a pink shade. This looks like it's going to be beautiful as well. I just love the creaminess of these. They just feel so good on your lips and just give that hint of color, but it makes your lips just look kind of dewy and fresh. I love the finish. And then this one, what did I say this one was? Cutie Fruity. So this one's like more of a sheer red, which is also really pretty. I'm not normally a red lipstick person, but I feel like this one might be a little bit easier to wear if you're not big on brighter colors. And then next there are also two products from the Soul line. We have the Shimmering Dry Oil and Face and Body Highlighter, and these are both in soft pink, which I believe is a new shade. So let's open this one up. It says it's a Luxe Lightweight Dry Oil with Next Level Multi-Dimensional Shimmer. And it says you can either use it with fingers or buff it into skin using a brush. And it says apply liberally to highlight your highlight. That's funny. So anyway, it says to shake it up really well. And it's just a really beautiful pink color. So let's just try some out. Just put a little bit on the back of my hand. Right, so yep, it's definitely an oil texture. And it's just really pretty, like tiny little glitter particles in it. So it really just gives your skin a beautiful glow that catches the light. It smells nice too. Kind of reminds me of almost like a pina colada scent or something. It smells really good. And then on the other side, we have the Face and Body Highlighter, and it says it's a soft, blendable body powder that provides a wash of ultra-dimensional shimmer for glowy skin. The sparkling highlighter has a buttery soft texture that blends into the skin effortlessly. Add a touch of shimmer where you want it, wear it alone or over the Soul Glow Oil for the ultimate glow. So this one comes in really pretty blush pink packaging. And then this is what the color looks like. That is a beautiful soft pink. Really gorgeous. So let's check it out. Ooh, that is really soft and buttery. Wow. So let's just do a little swatch. It's not like a crazy intense highlight in the first swatch, but I think, you could definitely layer it up if you want it to be, but you can also maybe make it a little bit softer as well. And it's not, I mean, it's glittery, but it's not super over the top glittery either. I like how it's more of a pearlized finish versus like chunkier glitter particles. So that is really beautiful. And then next up is the Glitterly Obsessed Mini Trio. So this has three of their glitters: Love Language, That's Hot, and I Love You So Much. So let's open this one up and swatch these. So here's what these look like up close. This is That's Hot, and they're just kind of like a glitter gel basically in a pot. So here's the swatch of this one. They're super intense and they're a little more on the chunky side, but because they're held together with a gel, they don't have as much fallout as like the pressed glitters that are in a palette. This one is Love Language. Here's what that one looks like. Ooh, look how pretty. It's a beautiful pink glitter. And then this one is I Love You So Much. This one is white. So these feel really creamy. They actually almost have like a cooling sensation on the skin. So that's all three. And then last but not least, we have some eyeliners. We have the cream gel color, and this is in the shade Hustla. And then we have the liquid liner in the shade Numero Uno. And then this one is the cream gel liner in Hustla also. So I feel like their cream gel liners, both the pencil and the pots, do not get enough love. They are amazing liners. They last all day. They're super creamy. I bought these back when they first launched them a couple of years ago, and I've been meaning to repurchase just because they were my favorite eyeliners for a while. They've since dried up and, they got too old to use anymore, but I really loved these so much. The formula is great. So here's a look at this one in the pot. It looks like almost like it looks black, but I feel like it's a soft black, like maybe almost grayish. All right. So this is the new Profusion brush, by the way. I'm really enjoying these a lot. Right, so there's that color, yeah. Right, so it's actually like a soft black with a little bit of silvery glitter in it, I think. And then I'll just draw the pencil next to it. This is basically the exact same thing. It's just in a pencil liner form. So if you prefer this over the pot, then you basically have the exact same color. And then here's the liquid liner in numero uno. I've actually never tried their liquid liner before, so this is totally new to me. It looks like it's a felt tip rather than a brush tip, which I tend to prefer the brush tip, but I would definitely try this out because the other two are so long lasting. I feel like this one's going to be too. So anyway, guys, that's everything. If you'd like to see a video on this collection and maybe doing some looks with it, let me know down in the comments below. Hey guys, it's Friday. I just got a box from Beekman 1802, and you may have seen them on QVC or HSN, but if you haven't, they have a store in upstate New York, and they have a body and skincare line that's infused with goat milk and really like hydrating, nourishing ingredients. So I always am so intrigued when I see them on QVC, and they always bring their goats with them. So my son loves watching it too because they're adorable. So anyway, they sent over some products, and I'm so excited to try the line. So first up, they sent this little headband. Let's see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, look at this. It has little goat ears. That is adorable. I love it. It's so soft and fuzzy. And then inside, they sent over some of their soaps. So we have the Milk Bar with charcoal, the Milk Bar with retinol. This one's a nighttime exfoliating bar, and this one is gentle detoxifying. And then also the gentle cleansing facial bar. So let me just open these up and see what they're like. This one has goat milk, coconut milk, and milk protein. It says our triple milk facial bar transforms from a solid soap into a foaming cleanser enriched with soothing goat milk, conditioning coconut milk, and nourishing milk proteins. Our natural soap base is fragrance free and great for sensitive skin. So that sounds really good. Here's the ingredient list if you want to check that out. And then here's a look at the charcoal one. This one has bamboo charcoal in it, and it's fragrance free as well. And then here's a look at the retinol one. This one says it has gram-active retinoid, which is a highly advanced form. So let me just open this one because it doesn't say if it's fragrance free or not. So I'm just curious what these bars of soap look like. All right, so here's what the bar looks like. This one actually doesn't have a scent either. So these seem like they're going to be really great. I don't normally use a solid bar of soap for my face, but I'm really interested to try them because they sound super gentle. And then they also sent some regular skincare products as well. So we have the facial oil with goat milk. We have the skin milk illuminating skin lotion. And then this one is the milk cleanser. So let's just open these up and check them out. So here's the ingredient list on the facial cleanser in case you want to pause the video and check that out really quick. It has goat milk, coconut milk, and milk protein, and it says it's triple milk conditioning face cleanser that gently removes makeup and dirt, enriched with soothing goat milk, conditioning coconut milk, and nourishing milk proteins. So this one says you can tissue it off or also rinse your face with water. So let's just check it out. Here's what the packaging looks like. I love how it's just super clean and simple. It's really nice. And I actually have a little bit of eyeliner on my hand right there, so I can just pump a little bit of this and see how it removes makeup. It doesn't have a scent to it, so great if you're sensitive to fragrances. And it feels really creamy and soft. It's not greasy or oily. It just feels like a really nice moisturizer, actually. And it looks like it's breaking down that eyeliner. This is like a waterproof eyeliner as well, so I'm not pressing very hard. I'm just kind of gently rubbing it. And then I'll just go ahead and rinse this off really quick, and I'll be right back. All right, so it took the eyeliner off really nicely, and my hand feels so soft. It doesn't feel like I washed it at all. It actually feels like I just moisturized it. And I think this is going to be awesome for removing eye makeup, especially. At least I'm hoping that it will be. I can't wait to test it out and just see how it removes, you know, that more stubborn eye makeup, especially mascara. But the reason I think it's going to be good is just because it's so gentle, it's unscented, and it's not greasy. Like, it's not one of those types that's going to get into your eyes and cause issues. So I can't wait to try this out. I'm very, very excited. Next, we have the illuminating skin lotion, and this one says our triple milk illuminating skin lotion gets to work on tired, intoxicated skin. 3 natural root extracts work as powerful active ingredients for glowing skin. So here's a quick look at the ingredient list of this one. These are all made in the USA, by the way. And then here's the packaging of this one. I really love their packaging. It's so cool. All right, so this one seems like more of a light lotion. Ooh, almost like a serum texture. It's very thin and very lightweight. And this one actually does seem to have a scent to it. It's almost kind of like an herbal scent. I don't think that it actually has added fragrance in it. I didn't see anything like that, so it's probably just the scent of some of these ingredients. It says that it has natural root extracts, so that's probably what I'm smelling in here. So it really just sinks right into your skin and disappears. It has a really nice silky feel, but I mean, you can definitely see it hydrating my skin really nicely. Like, look at this hand, it's super dry. And this one where I put the cleanser, like usually in this part here between my fingers, it's super like rough and dry. I literally just put working hands on too right before this, and it still looks like that. I mean, my skin is just terrible, but this is actually hydrating it really nicely. So that's great. And then the last product is the facial oil with goat milk. It says intensive hydration formula for all skin types. And it says it has 18 botanical extracts and then +2 goat milk and colostrum. Actually, that must be where the 1802 comes from. I didn't even realize that. Equals intense hydration boost for your skin. And then this one says it's a dewy moisturizer for all skin types, perfect for daily use with a punch of 20, 18+2 superfood ingredients for your skin. So here's the ingredient panel in case you want to pause the video. And then here's a look at the oil bottle. I love the frosted glass. It's really pretty. Let's just put a couple drops. And I'll just put this in the same spots. This one has a very, very faint, almost like citrusy smell to it. I think I saw that it had bergamot oil, so that's probably what it is. Yes, it has bergamot, coriander, and lavender towards the end there. So it's just a really nice kind of soothing smell. It smells really good. And the oil itself is very lightweight. My skin is just drinking it up. All right, so yeah, my skin feels amazing. It feels like velvet, very, very soft. I'm super excited to play with all of this, and I can definitely let you guys know my thoughts if you'd be interested in an update video. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. All right, guys, so that's everything that I have for this week, but I do have some feedback on a couple of things that I've tried so far. First is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I'm actually wearing it today. I've worn it a couple of times now, and I was actually surprised at how quickly this dries down. It seemed very similar to the original when I first put it on, and I was disappointed because I was expecting a dewy finish to be more dewy and more hydrating. And when I first put it on, I didn't feel like it looked particularly good on my skin. It seemed like it was almost a little bit streaky, but after it set down, after a couple minutes, I looked again and I was pleasantly surprised. It just really looked very skin-like. It kind of sunk into my skin and disappeared rather than sitting on the surface. So while I wouldn't say it has a particularly dewy finish, I feel like it's more of a satin. It really just looks like your skin. And it also built pretty well on itself too. There were a couple areas where I had to go back in and add another layer because it's not super full coverage. And I didn't feel like it was removing the layer underneath. It didn't cling to any dry patches. So I'm actually really happy with this one right now and definitely liking it a lot. Also, the Almay blushes, really like these a lot. They blended well on my hand when I did the swatch, but they blend beautifully on the cheeks. I'm wearing this one today. This is the shade Nearly Nude, and it's beautiful. I think it's just a really pretty nude. It has almost like a slight sheen to it, but no glitter or shimmer or anything. So I really love that. Also, the Physicians Formula blush stick, I don't have it with me. It's over in the bathroom, but I really enjoy that one as well. I wore it the other day. It is more on the sheer side, but it builds up really nicely, so you can definitely get more color out of it. And again, it builds on itself really well, similar to this. It's not one of those greasy ones where if you try to put another layer on, it kind of takes off the one underneath. It really stays put, so I really liked that one a lot as well. Also, this Colourpop palette is beautiful. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. I wore this shade, which I really liked, come through. It's this really pretty pinky tan. I used that as a transition, and then I used this one over here in my outer corner, and then I also used a little bit of this darker maroon in my outer corner as well, and then I put this one on my lid, and I love the look. And a lot of people are saying that this palette is really dark, but I kind of feel like that's just an illusion because of the packaging being really dark. I don't feel like there's that many dark shades in here except for like this red, this one, and then the black. It's not even a dark black, it's like a grayish black. And I'm not normally a fan of red or pink eyeshadow, but I feel like these are just kind of toned down a little bit. They're more of those brownish reds or brick reds. And honestly, the top two rows, with the exception of the pressed glitter, are so gorgeous and right up my alley. So I could definitely see myself using those top two rows for sure, and then just using these darker colors as accent colors. But I think it's a beautiful palette, and it definitely surprised me. I'm also wearing one of the Just a Tint lip balms from that little kit. This is the Strand. So this was the pink color, and I really like this color a lot too. This was one that I didn't have, so I love that. I am wearing the Rimmel eyebrow pen, and It's okay. It was actually easier for me to draw the hair-like strokes than I thought it was going to be, but I just find that because it doesn't have like that waxy feeling like a traditional brow pencil, sometimes like those help to kind of hold my brows up a little bit. My brows tend to grow in kind of sideways, and I usually want them to stick up a little straighter, and usually a brow pencil that's more of a waxy texture will help those hairs to stand up, whereas this one doesn't. You're really just drawing pen marks onto your skin basically. So I felt like I still had to go in and use another product to hold my brows, which normally I don't really do, but it was okay. It wasn't anything super special. Also, the Rimmel mascara and primer, again, those are in the bathroom. I just used them yesterday, and I did like the look of my lashes. Unfortunately, it smudged underneath my eyes within a few hours, so I think that formula that doesn't quite dry down, that you're supposed to be able to put another layer on, because it doesn't dry down and get crunchy, it smudges under your eyes. And I actually used the primer on one eye and not the other, and it didn't make any difference. They both smudged exactly the same, and I didn't really find that the primer did anything as far as giving me bigger lashes or anything, so I would probably skip those. And then the last thing is actually from last week's video, but I just wanted to quickly mention them because I just used them to do this eye look, and I love them so far. These are the Profusion eyeshadow brushes. They're about $4 each, I want to say, or they do have a set on their website, and I love them. I think they did a fantastic job. They were so easy to use. They're really, really soft. So I'm really loving these. I especially like this little flat shader eyeshadow brush. It's so tiny. This was awesome for outer corner work. Like when I wanted to put these deeper reds in my outer corner, it was just so easy because it's so small, and I was able to kind of draw that triangular shape or the outer V shape. So I really thought these were amazing, and the fluffier ones were awesome at blending too. So just wanted to mention that really quick. So anyway, guys, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I have a button right here on the screen. You don't even have to exit out of the video. You could just click right there and subscribe. I'd love to have you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.